And how I got involved with KMD is through just being around my brother and my parents, because they were always fighting for just democracy in Cambodia in general. And it was just like an ongoing fight for them. So with me, it was natural that like I also had that same mindset in order to help my country and just forward the democracy movement there. Because growing up, I realized like a lot of kids did not think the way I think when it came to like being an immigrant and realizing how important your home is and protecting like what home you have left. Because coming to America, it's one of those things where you want to make a home in America, but at the same time, you also have something you can go back to. And realizing that I have family back there, and I have like little cousins or little nephews who are growing in like a regime that's going to be oppressive towards them, or there's like always like that like thought in my mind that like I have to speak out about something and I have to help them in some way, shape, or form.
So how is this movement different?
So in my opinion, the movement is different is because it's all about solidarity. In terms of democracy, we're always like learning how to fight for democracy from other movements and how like it can change our views on things. When it comes to like the KMD movement, we're taking a lot of stuff from like Myanmar, from even Zimbabwe, like other countries who experience dictatorship and oppression, and like we're learning from them and we're like applying them to our own movement. And in turn, that just connects people through across like borders and oceans and everything. And that allows them to like, allows the media and just allows the world to see everything on like a huger scale. Because when you connect people through different countries and like across oceans, and then they always have the same problem, that just makes a bigger impact into what we need to change about like just certain things, that the way the government is run or just by certain policies in the world. And I think the KMD movement is an emphasis on that, on how like just people by like being, just by emphasizing solidarity, they can change, they just change the government and the societal perspective on things and how it can like affect them and the future generations.
So why is the diaspora movement important for the future freedom of Cambodia?
Okay, the diaspora movement is important for the future freedom of Cambodia is because during 2017, the Cambodian National Rescue Party was disbanded. And because of that, people inside of Cambodia, a lot of people felt like they lost hope. However, when it comes to the diaspora outside, they were always fighting. They were always like willing to, inspire hope within people in the country. While people in the country were, getting imprisoned, the people who weren't imprisoned in the diaspora, they felt like they had to speak out in order to like allow people to see what was going on. It was a critical moment in order to see like the injustices that was happening. And because of that, like the movement, or like just in general, like politicians who are against like the dictatorship, they use that as an opportunity in order to speak to common people around, or Cambodians across the world, like in New Zealand, Australia, France, even America. There's like Cambodians in Washington, Cambodians in Boston, Cambodians in California, who all saw what was happening in Cambodia, whether it was through relatives, because whether through relatives, through the news, or through Facebook, they saw what was happening and they thought, these people, even though they were disbanded, it's still our responsibility in order to like help further the movement, to tell them that we're carrying the torch here, which is why the Candlelight Party was created, because it was trying to inspire light towards the inside, because the inside was like, it was such a big movement, they had to cancel it, and then but then they couldn't, burn the flames of revolution, and it spreads out towards other countries, and then now we're just trying to like bring it back again on the inside.
And then what's the role of the next generation or the youth-led movement in this? That you come from a different generation than what happened under Khmer Rouge.
So when it comes to the next generation, I feel like our role in this is to further what our predecessors have gone so far with, because they've always had so many sacrifices and everything to deal with. However, a lot of Cambodians who are in the next generation, they come from refugees or like parents who are refugees. So there's always that disconnect of never knowing what Cambodia is. But however, at the same time, I think a lot of them feel that Cambodia is special to them, because when it comes to like music, or like music, culture, Cambodian American culture, we're always referencing our home. Like we never forgotten our home. Even if people can't speak Cambodian language as much, the next generation can't speak it. Even if we don't understand what was happening in Cambodia, we still have a connection to it, and we still feel that we have to protect our home there. And that's why I feel like the role of the next generation is just to further the movement of our predecessors, and also just to like enlighten more people about it, because we have so much more resources that our parents didn't. Like we know how to speak the native language of these different countries, and we're able to become like citizens in these countries, and like we're able to like enact more of our, just like more of our like general perspective about Cambodia onto other people, and it provides a broader range. Like now our movement isn't just condensed into Cambodians, but it's like Cambodians, and then they're spreading it to different communities. Like I live in Pomona, and a bunch of Cambodians are like spreading that into like Cambodian communities as well as like other Southeast Asian communities, and it just becomes a widespread movement, and it allows people to like understand things. And also from the fact that we know how to use social media, and social media is like a big, powerful tool in order to help people understand like what someone's going through, because you can actually like see the experience instead of just hearing about it. And I think that's a powerful thing that the next generation is using in order to like in order to display what's going on in the world.
Final question. What's your hope for the future of Cambodia? What do you want to see change?
What I want to see change, most of all, is just probably the fact that I want a lot more Cambodians to be proud of where they're from. Because when it comes to like the history of Cambodia, we are always like, there's always generational trauma from the genocide and the civil war and then corrupt government. So I just want people to be able to be proud of being Cambodian, and just that hope that like you have a country that is beautiful. Like there's beautiful natural landscapes, there's beautiful culture, there's like, we have beautiful land, and it's just there, but like at the same time it's overshadowed by like a dark shadow that's just we don't know what the future is. But I just want people to be able to be proud and just to be able to like take control of that their country is their country, and that we aren't like just like a puppet from like a larger like more developed country, Like we're also like, we have a voice, we're here and we belong here, and we're not just something that has to be told what to do or what to feel. And we have like our own opinions on things when it comes to like Cambodia and like just the hope. And after that, I think we can figure out which direction the country wants, or what the country wants to be headed towards. But in general, it's just like the fact that we need to be able to have our pride back, and just our like general like, love for the country.
Perfect. That was perfect.
Thank you.